Why doesn't timeout always work when disciplining young children? And what about this newer idea of time in? In this video, I'm going to tell you why neither is necessarily always a workable idea and give you an easy 8-step solution that works perfectly. Hi, I'm Holly McLean, the Mommy Answer Lady, and I'm all about helping parents stop struggling with children's bad behavior and showing them how to grow their relationship at the same time. If that interests you, please subscribe to this channel. Something important to note, the experts touted time out as the answer to the problem. They modified it over the years, but basically it was the standard of setting the child away when they misbehave and timing them to sit, most recently, for 1 minute per year of age. When a child misbehaves, for instance, they take a toy away from another child, you tell them that they must not take the toys from others and to give it back and wait their turn. They throw the toy at the other child. Now you must do something about that behavior. The time out concept that was taught for many years by experts would be to put them in a chair away from others and make them sit there for 1 minute per their age. For instance, 3 minutes if they're 3 years old. The time in concept is to ask them if they want to sit near you or go to another area. If they say they don't, you ask if they would like you to go with them. The idea is that you are not abandoning them or telling them by your response that they're not wanted by sending them away. Here's the problem with the explanations of time in I have heard. First, that a child gets a choice when they're behaving badly. I do not believe in giving a child any choices except to change their behavior when they are misbehaving. All other choices should be taken away until they are behaving themselves. This is a life lesson. Isn't it true that when we misbehave as adults, our choices are limited? And if we don't choose to behave, sometimes our choices are taken away completely. It should be the same with a child. When they behave, they have many choices. When they misbehave, choices are taken away. Second, the idea that a child is being taught that they're not wanted or loved if they're sent away to another room or area. This is only true if a relationship is not being built with the child. If a relationship is being built with a child throughout the day, there will be no worry of this. If you don't know what I mean, see the video called 3 Things Every Child Should Know on this channel. I'll place a link at the top of the screen so you can find it easily. So here's the alternative that works well and takes the best concepts from both time out and time in as an effective and reasonable solution to some young children's misbehaviors. Now, this is not the answer to tantrums, though. Throwing a fit takes a completely different approach. The CTM method works for that, and you can find a step-by-step instructions on a video called How to Stop Child Tantrums for Good. You should see a link at the top of the screen now for that one. But for the other problems like I described, throwing toys, hitting other children, being unkind to others in some way, etc., here's what to do. Number 1, bring the child to you and look them in the eye. Number 2, tell them clearly what they did and that the behavior isn't acceptable. Remember, this is an opportunity to teach your child to behave, so think of it that way. Number 3, show them how they hurt others if others are involved. If they've hurt another child, you'll need to take time to show them the other child's pain by having them look at the other child's face and see their tears. Then explain that they did this to another person with their actions. They need to soak that in so they can learn from it. It's very important to take a moment for them to see this so they can think about it. Remember not to be harsh or angry, just very serious and straightforward. Number 4, designate an area for thinking. Tell them where you want them to go until they have thought through what they did and are ready to have a discussion about it. It could be in a chair near you if that works for you, as long as you aren't giving them any attention during that time. It could be in an area away from where you are, if that is most workable. It could be in their own room, if that is necessary. Where they go is completely at your own discretion, depending on the situation you were in at the time. It's not like time in, where they have to sit near you or they get to choose where you go during their consequence. No, they don't. You choose that. Be sure that wherever they are, they don't have access to toys or other things to do. They should not enjoy this time, but use it to think about their misbehavior and prepare to resolve the problem. No distractions at all. Number 5, give them instructions. Tell them that they will need to take a few minutes to think about what they did wrong and what they could do differently, then to come to you to discuss it when they're ready. Your child will understand that the end of this episode is completely up to them and that you are available to discuss it. Ending this episode by their compliance is the only choice they have. Number 6, move on until they're ready. Have them go to the designated area and continue whatever you are doing. Do not give them your attention until they are ready to fix the problem. Don't have any discussions or answer any questions. The next time you talk with them is when they're ready to fix the issue. Number 7, have a discussion. When they come to you, stop what you're doing for a moment and look them in the eye. This action shows them you are interested, you care, and you love them, but will not accept bad behavior from them. Then allow them to explain what they did and what they could do differently the next time. Now I'm going to put a 7.5 in here. 7.5 is make sure they are ready. If they say they don't know what they did wrong, then they aren't ready to have an honest discussion. They do know what they did. Don't explain it again. Some children will try to manipulate this situation and act like they don't know. Don't let them get by with that. Be kind and say you know they're very smart. When they have thought about it and figured it out, to come back to you. Don't give them all the answers. You can help them by giving them suggestions at some point, but you need to discern their attitude and behavior when they come back to you. Don't let them manipulate you into doing all of that for them. They should be humble and ready to discuss the situation honestly. Number 8, guide them to apologize. Once you have had the discussion, then tell them if they really want to fix it, they should apologize to all parties involved, including you. They need to apologize to the other child if they hurt them in some way, and to you for having you have to deal with this kind of behavior. Now, the reason this is important is they need to have in their mind that their own actions affect others, including you as their parent. Apologizing to you is actually a subtle part of teaching your child gratefulness. And by apologizing to others, they are acknowledging that they understand their actions hurt someone else. Don't require them to apologize exactly. Ask them if they're ready to apologize. If they say yes, allow them to do that and move on. If not, tell them you understand that maybe they're feeling angry or upset still. That's okay. They need to go back and reconcile those feelings until they realize how they've hurt others. Tell them that you know they are actually very kind and caring about other people, so when they're ready, they can come back and apologize. Allow them to go back to the area they were in until then. Once they take care of apologizing for their behavior to everyone involved, they can move on and play again. If this step-by-step guide has helped you think out exactly what to do regarding time out and time in, please subscribe to this channel to find more new parenting content and share it with someone you believe might benefit. For information on an entire parenting program called How to Train Your Child to Behave, see the free mini course in the description below. Thanks for watching.